What's up, guys? Welcome back to channel.
I'm taking Rick to this really cool prop house. I have a lead on a prop from the movie Terminator 3. I'm excited to see what he thinks. They're full of rubber and metal.
Rick asks owner, is this item for sale or not?
You're looking to sell them, or?
They're all for sale, $5,500 a piece.
Let me give someone a call if they're definitely different.
Great.
I'll be back.
Okay.
That wasn't funny?
Someone else said it.
Rick calls an expert for better advice.
Hey, Harvey, nice to see you.
You know about this, right?
We're used in set dressing. This one I can't quite place. Camera only sees so much. Definitely on the set.
What do you think these would be worth?
Probably $3,500 a piece, $4,000 maybe.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me out.
$5,500 for that one.
Let me give you $2,500. I'm gonna resell it. It would be tough.
I'll do 38.
$3,000. There's no room after 3,000 bucks. I'll go with 31.
Okay, it's a deal.
Sweet.
I told you wouldn't regret it. Go ahead and load that in the truck.
Again, take care.
That was an amazing deal for Rick and Chum. Let's move forward to next video. A man brings bougie gun to pawn shop.
Oh, wow. It definitely looks French. Let me grab my dad real quick. Sure. You want to come take a look at this?
What do you got? Let's take a look. Boutet, or I'm not really good at pronouncing French. He was like the Rembrandt of guns. You had to be really wealthy to have a gun like this.
Rick calls an expert to check out the bougie gun.
Holy moly. Napoleon made him his gunsmith.
Okay.
Any idea what it's worth?
Simple Boutets, easily about $10,000. I'd like to test it. If it fires, I'd be more comfortable valuing him.
Experts wants to test this gun, so he goes to shooting range for testing.
It's all polished up and ready to go.
I brought some shot. I set up some fruit targets. Typically, I wouldn't fire this gun. I do think it'll help the value. That was good.
Everything's perfect on it. What do you think it's worth?
30,000.
Damn. That much?
Do you see the smile on my face?
Experts estimates its price around $30,000. Then negotiation begins.
Assuming you want a little bit more now?
I want a lot more.
All right.
20. I think that's pretty fair off. On the level with you, it's a lot more than I thought I would get. We'll do 16.
All right, sweet. I now own a fine bouquet.
This is a letter signed by Napoleon.
Corey looks excited and wants to settle this deal fast.
And you got a COA here. Seems like it's from a pretty legit company. What do you want for it? And don't be crazy.
Like 10 grand.
10 grand's just way too much. I'm Europe.
How about 5?
And I can do.
I didn't pay that much for it, so let's do it.
Corey goes to downtown LV to check the 1945 Mercedes Unimog.
Mercedes Unimog.
I thought it was a car.
I would love to get something like $22,000 for it. It was a model called the radio box. The Germans used to hide in the wood listening to the Russians. It was very, very versatile.
These trucks are really cool.
Meant to be off-road.
They were originally designed to be used on farms.
Rick starts the engine and asks some questions to owner.
And it's an old Mercedes motor, but it looks in good shape. I don't see any leaks. The Unimogs are cool. It can drive through anything. Figuring out a price is going to be tricky.
Okay, ready to buy it?
Depends on how much you want for.
Rick asks how much he wants for this Mercedes Unimog.
I would like to get $22,000.
I got to figure out what this thing's worth. I get someone down here, and let's go from there, all right?
Yeah.
I want to buy this thing.
Everything really worked as it should on this vehicle.
So is there a market for these things?
It's not like a market for a Harley Davidson or something.
Rick asks expert to estimates its price.
17,000, maybe 18,000. I would classify this one as nicer. It should go for more than that.
So how much were you looking to get out of it?
22. Put a lot of money into it.
But it's not an easy sell. I can give you 15 grand today. You walk away and it's done.
I'd take 18 right now, my bottom line.
I'm the one taking all the risks. I'll do 16,000.
16.5, I think I can make a deal.
16,000. That's what I could do.
Okay, we have a deal.
All right. I cannot wait to show this to the old man.
It's Rocky.
Man brings rare autograph copy to pawn shop.
What do we have here?
Autographed copy, Richard Nixon's memoirs.
Okay. So where'd you get the book?
I got it at a garage sale. I just knew it was valuable.
Got it for 50 cents, didn't you?
I did. Most of the value of the book based on the signature. Hoping to get $2,200.
Rick thinks that this book could be priceless, so he asks some questions to owner.
These memoirs, Nixon's attempt to clear his name from the Watergate scandal, would be worth some money. Presidential stuff does well. So it's signed by him?
It's a page designed for his signature. Right.
Okay.
Finally, Rick calls an expert for better advice and to check its authenticity.
This was one of those limited editions.
Yes, really controversial when it first came out. He would make a ton of money after he had just resigned not being a crook. There are whole committees boycott Nixon's memoirs.
Everyone's talking about the book. Probably want to read the book.
That is the problem. A signed first edition goes for about $1,000. This is from 1988, came out in 1978. This is not a first edition, $250. I just crushed hopes and dreams, sorry.
It's a bummer.
Thank you.
Glad I could help.
Thanks.
After expert advice, the negotiation begins.
200?
The price of this stuff goes down.
If you go maybe 130, I'll do 130.
125 bucks.
Okay, 125.
You know what? Maybe I'll read it. Can't be that bad. Hey, how's it going?
I have a Michael Jordan game-used jersey.
A man brings Michael Jordan game-used autographed jersey to pawn shop.
And autographed across the front, a certificate of authenticity.
That's pretty amazing.
The owner says he always buy and sell this type of stuff in his entire life.
I've been buying and selling autographs and memorabilia my entire life. I'm asking $150,000.
Very cool.
Owner wants to sell this thing to Rick.
I guess you want to sell this thing?
It's a really unique thing. If you look at the back, the way the name sold in the store, the numbers were further down. Difference between everything else.
How much you want for this thing?
$150,000.
I'm gonna go get Steve.
Rick calls an expert for better advice.
Steve, it's a legit signature.
No doubt about it. Sits perfectly.
You got the paperwork right there. What do you think it's worth?
Right at about $135,000.
I'll give you 90 grand.
No way I'm gonna be able to take that low.
What would you take?
150.
I'd go 100.
I would do 125.
If you change your mind, call me. The math doesn't make sense for me. All right.
That was sad. No deal was made. Let's move forward to next video. A man brings rare jacket to pawn shop.
Superfly coat.
I dig it.
One of the most iconic pieces in the collector's market.
This belonged to Elvis.
Here's a picture of him wearing it.
Awesome.
He was known for his taste in clothing.
Rick asked owner how he get this and how much he wants for it.
How in the hell did you get this?
Mike Moon owns the Elvis Presley Museum and got it from Elvis's bass singer. This coat described here.
Okay. You mind if I have someone look at this thing?
Who would you like to call in?
Let me call in Jimmy. How much were you looking to get out of it, too?
$75,000.
Finally, Rick calls an expert to check its authenticity.
So what do you think of the jacket?
There's so much fake stuff out there.
Did you ever see Elvis in this?
Yes,
This is the real deal.
I know it is.
Okay. The other big question, what's it worth?
$55,000. It's more than a coat. It's Elvis. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, man.
Thank you, sir.
Well, after the expert advice negotiation begins.
So what do you think I should pay for it, chum?
40 grand.
That's about right. I take all the risk.
70 grand.
Giving you my best number. That's what I can do.
This is the next best thing. I'll go 50.
I'll go 40 grand.
You can't do 50. All right, just for you, I'll do 45.
40 grand.
Another walk over $5,000, Rick?
The deal's not right, dude.
Okay.
I wish we could work. Change your mind. Give me a call.
You don't want to do 45?
I'll go 40.
You got it.
Rick's negotiation skills are just awesome. Let's move forward. Chum and Rick goes to warehouse to check some sneakers.
Chum and I are in a warehouse that sells sneakers. Actually have a pair of shoes Michael Jordan wore in Space Jam. This warehouse is full of rare sneakers.
Chum calls an expert to get some better advice about sneakers.
Now we're waiting for Chum's expert.
Yeezy Buster?
I bust celebrities who wear fake Yeezys.
So what do you think?
One of the most sought after dunks are brand new, an authentic pair. Quality is on point. Definitely authentic.
Tell me about Yeezys.
One of my favorites, so there's only a couple of sample pairs in existence.
The Holy Grail.
Awesome.
Where'd you get them?
From somebody, relative worked on the set. Jay handed it to him.
I can see these selling $1 million.
I'm happy to hear that.
It's too much for me.
Let's make the guy an offer.
300 grand.
You can't do better than that?
I'm really interested. Oh, those are cool. 55,000 for them?
No.
What would you take?
70 grand.
60?
65.
62.
Okay.
All right, deal.
I don't even know who he is anymore.
The moonshine's still here for you to check out?
Where did you get this?
At a yard sale.
Thousands of years figure out how to make alcohol. Everybody was happy.
Rick tells some information about the item history.
Moonshine is not a drink. It sort of got that name. Illegal whiskey during Prohibition make their whiskey illegally in the moonshine. Moonshining is a dangerous line of work. The first 20% that comes out of a still can be poisonous, so I'm assuming it doesn't work.
No.
How much do you want for it?
$750.
The negotiation started.
No. It has to be taken apart, rebuilt all inside. I'll give you $100 for it.
I could do 500.
I can't do 500. If it was in decent shape.
250?
No, $150.
Good deal. Bought it for $50. It's a pretty good return.